Stop believing every single thought that you have. Learn to direct your mind towards what it is that you want and desire. So if you can learn how to do this, you can create anything in your physical experience. When we are locked into our thoughts and we are living through them, acting through them, reacting through them, we have no power. Right? We are constantly giving away our power to our mind, which is really just an old program. And what we don't realize is that we have the power to put anything into this program or anything into, let's just call it a computer, right? So we're programming the computer, we're programming our mind. And most of us are running on the old subconscious program from our childhood. So anytime a thought pops up that we don't want, and we engage with it, and we think about it more, and we ruminate in it, and we believe it. That's probably the worst thing that we can do, is believe a thought that we don't want to have in our experience, right? Because nothing has meaning until we give it meaning. So the second that we have a thought and we judge it as good or bad, or we deem it as true or false, we begin to attach to that thought form. And the second we attach to that thought form, we are now starting to create a ripple effect, a sense of momentum towards that. So if I keep thinking all of these negative thoughts about myself, well, I'm locked into that grid now. So what's going to start happening on an energetic level is I'm going to be navigating my life, and the world is going to have to show me the beliefs that I have, the beliefs that I carry. So if I keep believing these negative stories or these negative programs from my past, I'm going to keep creating these experiences. It's the belief in the thought. It's not so much the thought. It's when we pull that thought down and we start believing in it and we start identifying with it. And what's great about becoming conscious and stepping into spirituality is that we become aware of these thoughts. So we sit here as the observer and we see each thought pass by. Some positive, some negative, some neutral. And as the conscious observer, we get to choose which thought we wish to believe in. Because we know that whatever thought we believe in, we will begin to manifest. When you hold a belief, it will manifest. The subconscious mind is extremely powerful. Actually, for those of you who are interested in reprogramming your subconscious mind specifically in relation to money, that's why I created the Clear Your Money Blocks workshop. So it goes into exactly how to clear your blocks and then reprogram your subconscious mind, actually most of it while you sleep, so that you're able to draw in your financial abundance with ease, because this is all it comes down to. It's really about the mind. But the reason why we struggle with this is because we are the mind. Right? Until we wake up, we believe we are the mind. And so we're walking around with all of these thoughts, thinking that these thoughts are us. So if you want to improve an area of your life, start to become aware of the thought processes and the beliefs that you currently have about that area, and know that they're going to feel true because it's your current belief. So if I tap into the area of health and wellness, I have a certain idea, I have a certain program, I have a certain belief system about that. And some of those thoughts and some of those beliefs may serve me, some may not. But the thing is this, they don't mean anything until I give them meaning. And we get to choose the meaning. So we get to choose the programs, the thoughts that we put into our subconscious mind, because whatever we put into our subconscious mind is going to be projected out. And this is what it means to create your destiny, to create your life, to become conscious. We get to choose where we want to put our focus predominantly. But many of us are stuck in, and I say this from personal experience because I did this for so many years, we're stuck not only in the thoughts of our past, we're stuck in the emotions of our past, and we can actually become almost addicted to our pain and our suffering. We become addicted to our story because, again, it feels like it's us because we identify with it. We identify with certain feelings, and then what happens as well is that as we're navigating the world, we look for evidence that validates what we believe, which then solidifies that belief. But what if you could start looking for evidence that supports the new belief that you're trying to program? And this is the type of work that it takes to create a new reality, is to become aware of what you're currently thinking, to actively disengage from negative thought processes and emotions, and then to direct your mind towards what it is that you want, and then even go a step further and begin to look for the evidence of why that is happening. If you think about any belief that you have, you believe it because you keep seeing evidence of it. But there is always evidence of what we want and evidence of what we don't want. But most of us are focused on the evidence of what we don't want. Let's focus on the evidence of what we do want, right? In how many ways, and you can even journal this, how many times a day does something show up that indicates what you do want? So for instance, let's go back to the idea of money. I can focus on the bills that I'm seeing, right? The bills that are coming in the mail, or I can focus on all of the ways that money is showing up in my life. It may be small ways. I can even go back to the past and go, yeah, but remember that one time where I really did manifest this huge sum of money? Okay, great. Anything that you put your focus on, anything that you put your attention on is going to expand. So when you start to become aware of what you're thinking on a daily basis, you'll know what you're thinking based on how you're feeling. So if you start to feel yourself become very negative, low energy, you don't really want to do anything, take note of what you're thinking. You're most likely playing out the old program, right? The autopilot program from the past. As you become conscious, you become aware, you become deliberate in terms of what you want to think, you'll start to feel a shift in your emotional state. You cannot have continuous positive thoughts and feel depressed, right? If you keep saying happy thoughts, if you keep saying thoughts of gratitude, eventually you will shift into that emotional state. You cannot stay in a depressed state and focus on gratitude. Those don't work. Those don't come together. Right? And that's why focusing on what you're grateful for is so powerful, because it can really take you out of a very low vibrational state. And so the more and more that you do this work, you begin to build momentum. Maybe the first day you don't notice much. The second day, maybe not so much. The third day, maybe you start to see some evidence of something, right? And then as you begin to see evidence, it solidifies the new belief system, and you keep going and going and going until one day you just naturally believe what it is that you couldn't believe maybe a year ago. You wake up and it's just a knowing. Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course it's easy to make money. Yeah, of course it's easy to have perfect health, right? You wake up and it's a knowing for you. Whereas a year prior or 2 years ago, you couldn't even fathom that idea, right? You weren't even connected to that at all. And this is why persistence and consistency can ultimately change your life. So I hope this video was helpful. If you guys are interested in the Clear Your Money Blocks workshop, if you want to do this subconscious work in regards to specifically money, then I highly recommend that workshop because it's going to take you through step by step. And the reason why this is actually different than the other programs at Ignite Your Soul Self-Mastery School is because it is a workshop. It's doing certain processes. There is an instructional video, but I also give you the daily and nightly processes that you can use to transform your financial situation. And this is not about taking excessive action in the physical world. This is not about strategies. This is about reprogramming the mind to come into alignment with the abundance frequency and make it natural, where you say, yeah, it's easy to make money. You get to that place where you go, it's easy. Why did I ever think that this was difficult? Why did I ever think that this was hard? Right? And right now that may sound too far away. And that just shows you where your subconscious mind is. But give it some time, milk in that new belief system, and see how things change. So the information for the Clear Money Blocks workshop will be down below, but I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, be sure to give me a thumbs up. Go down below, subscribe, hit the bell to get my notifications, and I'll see you guys soon. Take care.